Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name's Shadowwraith, and today I'm going to be covering the top 3 armies that you rarely see used in Middle-earth strategy battle game. Now, this is my personal list of the wargaming groups that I go to, and these are the armies I never see used. So for whatever reason, maybe they're pants, or maybe they're just not that popular, or they're hard to get models-wise. Who knows? Well, jumping straight in, we're going to go to the number 3 slot, and this goes to the Wargears of Candice. They're pretty good. They're kind of like the Mongolian-looking guys, all chariots and horsemen and stuff like that. I love the way they look. They look awesome, and I'd love to paint an army up of them. That's almost good enough of a reason for me to get an army. Almost. I might do it. Anyway, their army bonus is the Candice hosts. Basically what you get is all your Candice horsemen and chariots do not count towards the force's bow limit. Nice. That's not bad. It's not the worst army bonus I've seen. It's not the best, but it's not bad. Then we'll go on to the Candice King. Now he's your main hero. He's 95 points. He's got movement of 6, fight value of 5, shoot value of 4+. So he's okay with a bow. He's strength 4, defense 6, 3 attacks, fantastic, 2 wounds, courage 5, which is actually pretty solid for an evil hero, 2 might, 2 will, 1 fate, so not too heavy on the might, but we can let him off. He comes armed with heavy armor, hand and a half axe, nice, that's actually quite good, and a bow, of course. And the heroic actions he has available to him is Heroic Resolve, Heroic March, which is actually really good for this army, and Heroic Strike, of course, so I think he's the only option of strike in this army you've got, so he's kind of a must-bring for that factor only. You can bring him on a chariot for 30 points, which I highly recommend you do, because the chariots are what makes this army. In my opinion, it's how I'd run it. Chariots, chariots, chariots. Or you can bring him on a horse at least for 10 points. Don't keep him as infantry. His special rule is called Commanding Presence, and it's really good. Basically, all friendly Candice models within 6 inches of this fella count as being in range of a banner. So, you get a free banner from him. Not only that, a 6-inch range banner. That is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Any hero you can bring that comes with an inbuilt banner is almost a must-take for me. So you've got like Amdur or the Serpent Lord. I think the Serpent Lord's a 6-inch banner as well, and Amdur can be. They're awesome. Really awesome. The amount of points you can save for that. Then, moving on from him, we've got the Candice Chieftain. So he's your baby version. He's 55 points, so a fair bit cheaper. And he is move of 6, fight 5, shoot value of 4+, strength 4, defense 5, so 1 less defense. Yep. 1 less attack, so he's 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 4, so 1 less courage than the king. And he comes with 2 might, 1 will, 1 fate, so only 1 less will. So he's a fair bit cheaper, so it's up to you which one you want to bring. I don't know which one works out better points-wise. Obviously, I'd go for the king just because he's got strike, and yeah, he's got strike, and he's got a couple of extra bits. Hey-ho. Then, onto the Wargear. You've got armor, hand and a half axe, dagger, and a bow. Awesome. Okay, everyone's got bows. You want to give everyone bows. That's fine. And the hand and a half axe is actually really good. Because, I mean, you never know when you need that +1 to wound. Because if you've got a fair few guys into a fight, and all you need to roll is a 6 on one of them, like any of your chaff dudes, you can afford to 2-hand with maybe 1 or 2 of them, especially the ones that are swinging in with 2 attacks or 3 attacks. Awesome. He comes with Heroic March, perfect for this army, and you can upgrade him for 30 points to have a chariot or 10 points to have a horse. So yeah, chariot, that's what I'd say. Chariot, chariot, chariot. Now, moving on, we've got the chaff. We've got the Candice Warrior for a mighty 8 points, which I think is really expensive. They are, I mean, they're okay. They're movement 6, fight 4, 4+ shoot value. So that's not too bad. Fight 4 is always awesome, beating basic infantry, so things like, Warriors of Minas Tirith and stuff like that, standard. It's always quite good to have that, beating orcs in fights. Defense 4, which is absolutely trash. 1 attack, 1 wound, courage 3. Standard courage for evil. They come with armor, hand and a half axe, and a dagger. So, I don't know if you're paying for the hand and a half axe. Not really. Then you can swap their hand and a half axe for a bow for free. I mean, pointless. If you're going to bring these guys, bring them all with axes. Because, yeah, you might as well. Have some fighting force. I wouldn't bother upgrading them with a bow. No. Then you've got the horsemen. The horsemen are not too bad. They're 13 points. And for that, you get the fight 4, shoot value of 4+, strength 3, defense 4, trash again, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage 3. So horsemen are always good. And they come with armor, hand and half axe, a bow, a dagger, and obviously a horse. So that's not too bad. You've got an option there. So you don't have to choose between the axe or the bow like you do with the warriors. That's really good. Yeah, no, absolutely. That's not bad for 13 points. Not at all. And they don't count towards your bow limit, which is even better. The only downside is if they are dismounted, they immediately drop either the bow or the hand and half axe. And you get to choose which one they drop. So, yeah, that's not bad. I can take that. Because, they're pretty trash when they get dismounted. Now, we're getting to the good unit, in my opinion. The Candice Charioteer, 30 points. That is absolutely dirt cheap for this model. Absolutely. It is insane. Now, you get the bloke on top. He is pretty much exactly the same as the Candice Warrior. It's just a Candice Warrior on a chariot. Fight 4, shoot value 4+, strength 3, defense 4, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage 3. Exactly the same. And they come armed with armor, hand and a half axe, a dagger, and a Candice chariot. So, yeah, awesome. And then you can swap the hand and a half axe for a bow for free. Now, I would probably swap it for the bow. Just because you come with the special rule, stable platform, a model riding a chariot can still fire a bow after moving its full distance. On top of that, you don't count towards the bow limit. So you can literally spam these guys. It is insane. Now, let's go on to the chariot. The chariot has got a movement of 10, which is awesome. Obviously, it hasn't got a fight value. It's strength 3, if that helps. Defense 7, which is really good. It hasn't got any attacks. It's got 3 wounds, though. And it has got a courage value. Sure, maybe for the horses, I don't know. But it's about what they can do. Now, we'll go through their abilities. They've got defensive bulwark. When an enemy model makes an in the way to see if they hit either the rider or the mount, they will hit the chariot on a 1-4 and the rider on a 5+. Additionally, when in combat, any models that wish to strike the rider must roll a d6. On a 1-4, they hit the chariot. On a 5+, they hit the rider. Now that is fantastic. That gives them a 1 in 3 chance of actually killing your squishy dude on top. Awesome. It keeps them alive that much better. Right. Okay, I mean, there's rules about the chariot and magic. Basically, spells that would affect, all targets, affect both of them. But if you want to stop it from moving, you have to target the driver. Yeah, it's pretty much. And they can't be knocked prone or knocked flying from things like Nature's Wrath or Sorcerer's Blast. But they'll still take the damage if there is damage. That's pretty much it summed up. So, they're not bad. They can't do a quick cheesy, Sorcerer's Blast on you to knock you off. 30 points down the drain. But yeah, that's pretty good. We went through stable platform, and then you got the chariot charge. A Candice chariot has the monstrous charge special rule. That is awesome. Knocking cavalry prone. Okay, so you've got extra attacks there when you do get into combat. So you can keep the axe if you want. It's up to you. I'd still go for the bow, but it's up to you. And a chariot is an unusual model, and it moves in the following ways. Basically, at the start of the move phase, you can pivot the chariot up to 45 degrees. You can still touch terrain or other models when pivoting, and then you move the models out of the way by the shortest route possible. And in the case of terrain, you move the chariot just enough so it's not touching the terrain. Then the chariot may move up to 10 inches in a straight line. After each 3 inches, it can pivot a further 45 degrees. So that's not bad. Once the chariot has pivoted to face its desired direction, it moves forward the desired amount in a straight line, ignoring enemy models' control zones. Any model the chariot comes into contact with, whilst moving, not pivoting, mind you, will suffer 2 strength 4 hits. That is bonkers. That is absolutely bonkers. 2 strength 4 hits, and that's going to kill most things, like, in my opinion. Especially if you're mowing down orcs or, even like defense 6 guys. Because you need, 5s to wound them, and you've got 2 dice. There's a pretty high chance you're going to do it. So yeah, you keep moving, and if you slay that model, you get to carry on moving. If you don't slay the model with the 2 impact hits, then you have charged them. That's fine. If you charge cavalry, both the mount and the rider take 2 strength 4 hits. That's really good. And then you can completely forego like all your movement if you want to pivot in any direction. Sure, why not? And then on top of that, when you do finally charge something, you get the benefits of monstrous charge. Yeah. And then it can't jump things like hedges and walls and stuff, which, it's not the end of the world. But anyway, that's them covered. Pretty solid. What I'd do with them is you want to get your Candice King and maybe a Chieftain, depends how big of a game you're going, and then just spam chariots. Yeah, all day long. Okay, you might not have model counts if you want more models, yeah, chuck in some horsemen. I don't know. I'm all about the chariots. That's my opinion on them. Anyway, jumping to number 2, we have Arnall. Now, Arnall is one of those cool factions that I've never seen played because people apparently struggle to find the models, or they're too expensive, or whatever. But they look fantastic. We'll start with the army bonus. Friendly Arnall models automatically pass courage tests whilst they're within 6 inches of the last king of Arnall. That's not bad. Yeah, so I'll then do, if that's how you say it. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Otherwise I sound like an idiot. But never mind, I am an idiot. He is pretty good. He's your big hero, basically. He is 80 points, which is pretty damn cheap. For that you get a Fight 5, Shoot Value 4+ model, which is Strength 4, Defense 6, not bad. 3 attacks, awesome. 2 wounds, Courage 5. And he's got 3 Might, 2 Will, and 1 Fate. That's really good. That's better than the Candice King, anyway. He comes armed with a sword and heavy armor, and he has access to Heroic Strike, Heroic Strength, and Heroic Defense. Heroic Defense is fantastic, and so is Strike, but Heroic Defense, if you get charged by a troll chieftain, yeah, Heroic Defense, because he's going to be a leader. And then he's got Hatred of Angmar, so +1 to wound Angmar. That's okay, because Angmar has been doing quite well in the competitive scene recently. Well, we'll see how this FAQ's done. I don't know. I still think they're going to be up there. So if you're facing Angmar, happy days. Then you've got the King in the North special ability. His standfast is 12 inches rather than 6. Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's okay. Then we've got Malbeth the Seer. He is 70 points. He's Fight 3, Strength 3, Defense 4, 1 attack, 2 wounds, Courage 5, 1 Might, 2 Will, 1 Fate. He's not a fighter. Not at all. But this is what he does do. He's got Heroic Resolve, if that means anything to you, like if you need that. But he's got the Gift of Foresight, and basically he gives all friendly Arnall models within 6 inches of him a 5-up, basically a 5-up Fate save. Okay, so it's like he'd cast, you got Fury on him for 5-up. On top of that, if a hero model takes a save from this, they can still use one of their fate points after it to try and stop the wound. So he is absolutely fantastic. A must take, absolutely. 5-up ignoring wounds. That's insane. 6 inches is really far as well. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Moving on, you've got a basic Captain of Arnall. 55 points. Pretty cheap. Fight 5. Shoot value of 4+. Strength 4. Defense 7. That is pretty good. 2 attacks, 2 wounds. Courage 3. And he comes with 2 Might, 1 Will, 1 Fate. So kind of just normal Captain. He comes with a sword and shield and heavy armor. And he's got Heroic March. So normal Captain. but he can swap his shield for a bow. Why would you? I wouldn't. And he comes with Hatred Angmar. Again, +1 to wounding Angmar models. Then we've got the Warriors. You've got the Warriors of Arnall. They are 8 points each, which is not too bad for a Fight 4 model. 4+ shoot value. Strength 3, Defense 6. That's pretty solid, really solid. 1 attack, 1 wound, Courage 2. Okay, the Courage 2 is absolutely horrendous. Why are they Courage 2? I mean, you got the army bonus, but still. Okay, that is the massive down point of that. And they come with heavy armor, a sword, a spear, and a shield. Wow, they come with everything. Okay. You can swap the spear and shield for a banner for 25 points. Right, I don't like that because I always like putting a shield on my banner. Yeah, that's okay. And they come with Hatred Angmar, which is fantastic against Angmar, of course. And then you got the Rangers of Arnall. They are also 8 points. And they are Fight 4, Strength 3, Defense 4, 1 attack, 1 wound, and Courage 3, slightly braver. And they come with an armor, sword, and a bow. And then you can give them 1 point upgrade for a spear. Not bad, not bad. So Arnall, overall, they could be really quite strong, I think. Well, tough. Having Defense 6 infantry with a 5-up save after they've taken a wound is pretty tasty. Cool. Swiftly moving on. Because, yeah, the basic, you just play that how you would any army. You just bring a bunch of warriors, back them up with a few rangers. You don't need them for the fight value, so just keep them with the bows. And, yeah, you want the 2 named characters as well. You want to kind of keep them together. Because they work with each other as a bubble kind of army. The last one, this is a bit of a spanner in the works. I thought, you know what, I've never seen this on the tabletop. And I know why, because it wouldn't be great, but it'd be hilarious, and it's fantastic. I think it is, and I'm going to play it, because why not? I've got the models. It is the Trolls from The Hobbit. Now, bear in mind, the reason this is number 1 is because I never see this on the tabletop. Out of all the armies in these 2 books I have in front of me, I have never seen this faction played. And I know why. It's fine. Basically, their army bonus is they've got hold his toes over the fire, make him squeal. That sounded trollish. You may include a campfire in your army without having to pay the points for it. Sweet. Additionally, the 3 trolls will treat the campfire as a banner, in addition to all other effects it would usually provide. Cool. Not bad. Right, I'll go over this quickly. The whole army, all 3 trolls, is 400 points. Okay? 400 points. So that's the max you can play with these guys. And, I mean, they've got a few allies of convenience, but hey-ho, things like Moria and Azog's Hunters, and yeah, that's it. So you can bring them if you really want to. If you want 400 points of trolls and lose your army bonus, go for it. But let's see what they can do. So, Bill the Troll, 150 points. He's your priciest troll. He is move 6, fight 7, which is awesome, actually. Strength 7, which is also awesome. Defense 7, which is really good, since he's wearing nothing but rags. 3 attacks, 3 wounds, courage 4. And he comes with 3 might. 1 will, 1 fate. 3 might, that is nuts. And he comes with a club or a fork, which counts as a dagger. So, sweet. He's also got heroic strike. And that makes him absolutely bonkers. Because a fight 7 model with strike is like, yeah, he's going to win most of the fights unless he's fighting an elf, like Gil-galad or something. So, yeah, sorry, Boromir. You know. Then, he's got a campfire. So, the campfire, basically what that does, after the forces are deployed, but before the first turn begins, place a campfire anywhere on the board outside your opponent's deployment area. Bill, Tom, and Bert gain resistance to magic special rule, and a bonus +1 to their courage, whilst they're within 6 inches of the campfire. Okay, so it counts as a banner, and you're +1 courage, and you gain resistance to magic. So yeah, bring the campfire, because it's free. His special rules now is terror, because he's a troll, and he gets to throw a stone. I mean, he's hitting on 5s, but you still get to throw a stone for 12 inches at strength 8, so you never know. You get a lucky shot. I've seen it done. Poor Prince Imrahil. For me, I was on the receiving end of a stone. Now, keep him for later. Basically, if he wins a fight, he gets to pick a man-size or smaller model, And instead of rolling for strikes or using any other kind of brutal power attacks, you place a 25mm marker, and that represents him being stuffed into a bag. And that means he is paralysed. So it's exactly the same as a paralysed magical power. That's pretty good. That's not bad. You never know, you might win a lucky fight where you don't think you're going to kill something, and you can paralyse, I don't know, Gilgalad. Mince and Fine. This is his personal brutal power attack. When he wins a fight, basically, instead of making a strike, you choose one enemy model, and you both roll a d6 and add your strength value together. So your target strength plus a d6, and Bill's strength plus a d6. And for every point you beat them by, they take a wound. It can be prevented by fate, but that's nuts because he's strength 7. And he has got heroic strength as well. Oh my god, can you do that? Heroic strength and then use that. Get up to like strength 10. That's crazy. Yeah, that's pretty good. So there you go. There's something you can do with him. Then you got Bert. Bert the Troll. 130 points for this bad boy. Yeah, movement 6, fight 7, strength 7, defense 7, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, courage 4. Not bad. 2 might, 1 will, 1 fate. Awesome. And he has a club and a knife, which counts as a dagger. He comes with heroic strength, again, not bad, and heroic defense, which is actually really good. Because if you get Aragorn in now King Elisar, heroic defense, keep him alive. Needing natural 6s. Oh, hey. And yes, it does counteract his sword. He's got terror and throw stones. Obviously, he's still hitting on a 5-up with him. And then he's got the same rule, keep him for later, which is the paralyzed one. His special brutal power attack is when he wins a fight, instead of striking him, he can do this, and he's within 6 inches of fire. He can do it. Yeah, so he has to be within 6 inches of fire, and he can do this brutal power attack. Choose an enemy model that is involved in the fight and place it in base contact with a fire. That model is immediately set ablaze. Sure, that's okay. I mean, it doesn't say man-sized, so do with that as you will. It's not man-sized. Just pick a model. Obviously one, I think, that can be moved and set it ablaze. Awesome. Then we've got Tom the Troll. Now he's the cheapest because he's trash. No, I'm joking. He's just worse than the others. 120 points. And for 10 less points, you get a fight 6 model. So 1 less fight. Strength 6, 1 less strength. Defense 6, 1 less defense. 3 attacks still, 3 wounds. And courage 3, so he's a bit more scared. 1 might, 3 will, 1 fate. That's not great. He comes with a club or a spoon. Oh, club or spoon. Right. Which counts as a dagger. I think all of them were or. So, yeah. I mean, it's up to you. I'd probably give him clubs. Why not? He comes with heroic defense, which is good. And then he's got terror, and he's throwing a stone that hits on a 5-up. He keeps the keep him for later special rule that the other two had. And then he's got lingering cold. During a fight that involves him, and before making duel rolls, Tom may expend a point of will to half the fight value of a single foe in base contact as he sneezes on the victim. That is insane. That is so good. Oh my god. He just gets to do that. No roll. As long as he's got will, he can do that. That is insane. So, yeah, you're killing heroes for fun now. Like, it doesn't say... I'm guessing you round up. Half the fight value. Yeah. It doesn't say round up or down. So let's assume we round up. So fight 9, so Gilgalad suddenly becomes fight 5. So you're outfighting him with all of your models. I mean, even if he's fight 10 strikes, he's still fight 5. So you will outfight him every time. That's insane. And you can do that 3 times. Anyway, his brutal power attack is squash him to jelly. When Tom wins a fight, he may choose to perform this brutal power attack. Every model involved in the same fight, not counting supporting models, of course, will suffer a strength 6 hit. Any who survived are knocked prone. That's really good. Yeah, that's really good. The size of his base. If he gets swamped by goblins, you can pretty much kill every single goblin there. Awesome. So yeah, the trolls are pretty decent, I think. I mean, sure, it'll have to be a 400-point game, or you can lose the army bonuses to Azog's Hunters. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Hunters. the Dark Denizens of Mirkwood, Dol Guldur, Smaug, and yeah, Goblin Town and Moria. So yeah, they're definitely, you could bring them 100%, and I probably would as well. 400 points for 3 trolls with might. Do it. Why has no one done this? I'm going to try it. I'll let you know how that goes. Anyway, this video's gone on way too long. I thank you ever so much for listening, and please let me know what your thoughts are on what I've just covered. I'd love to hear your opinions. And in the description down below, I have put a link to my Instagram, so you can see my horrifically painted models if you want, and a Discord server where you can chat anything Middle-earth or Age of Sigmar 40k. Don't care. Even like Hail Caesar. I play like everything. Cool. Thank you ever so much for listening, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.